So I went through my fridge, had some rotisserie chicken. Of course, I always have vegetables, mushrooms, and I had a pie crust. So I thought to myself, why don't I make a chicken pie? Then I thought, no, hell no, everybody makes chicken pie. Why don't I make a Latin chicken pie? That's the ticket. Latin chicken pie coming up. All right, so what am I going to put in my Latin pie? Trinity, obviously, carrots, celery, onions, but I'm going to add some cilantro. We're going to get jalapeños in there. So, all right, carrots, just going to cut them down the middle, like this. Just a basic cut, you know, little bite-sized pieces. Same thing with the celery. We're going to cut the tips off. Now these tips here you can save for the stock pot. Everything I put here I throw in a stock pot. If you haven't seen my video on how to make chicken stock, then you need to check it out. Same size as the carrot. Everything has got to match. Uniformity is very important in your plate presentation. These tips here can go for the stock pot as well. And we're going to do our onion. Look at this onion, fighting me already. All right. And this onion will have same cut. And we'll go right down. Should we put a little more onion in there? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a little more onion. Maybe another couple pieces there. Yep, there we go. Got the Trinity going. Cilantro we're going to use as well, so we'll just cut that down. It's more of a flavoring. It's going to add another layer of flavoring in there. That's going to be part of the Latino part. And let's get adventurous. Jalapeños. Now jalapeños, if you're sensitive to heat, what you're going to do is you're going to take the seeds out. As for me, I'm going to leave them in. You can cut it like this. Should we go for 2? Yeah, I think so. Just cut it right down the center, slits like that, and that'll cut pretty good. Oh man, this is going to be Latino burn your tongue chicken pie. Let's do 2. Some butter there. I would say 2 plus 2. 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to saute that. We're going to get that onion nice and translucent. Usually takes about 3-4 minutes to get it nice and translucent. I also found a little bit of garlic in the fridge, so we're going to add some garlic as well. A little garlic. Who doesn't like garlic? I like garlic. Should we put more garlic in there? Let's do it. Yeah. Let that go for a minute or so. You can see how translucent the onions got. And that's what we want. We want to cook it down so that when we put it in the oven, your vegetables are nice and soft. I think at this time, we can probably add the cilantro and the jalapeños. Oh, man. I'm scaring myself by doing this. You know, the witching hour, Halloween coming down, maybe, you know, we should be scared. Oh, yeah. And we'll let that go for a couple minutes. Let it get softened down. And we'll continue with this Latin chicken pie. All right, we're going to put our bottom pie crust in the oven. Because what you want to do is you want to cook it to about halfway so that we can finish baking it when we put our fillings in and our top in. 380 until it's brown. Vegetables are softening down beautifully. Let's add our mushrooms. And you know, cooking is all about creativity. These are all ingredients that I had in the fridge that I needed to use up. So why not invent, you know? There's no rules in cooking. Yeah, there's some basic techniques, but there's no rules. You put in your food what you like to eat. And that's where the magic happens. Our vegetables are starting to get really soft now. So right about now is when we're going to add a little bit more butter, and we're going to add the flour. We're going to cook our flour down. Cook your flour. We'll put 3 spoons in there. How's that? And you're going to cook your flour. At this time, we're also going to start seasoning it. We're going to add a little bit of oregano. Why don't we put a little cumin in there? You know, them Latinos, they love their cumin. Let's put a little bit of cumin in there. I'll go ahead and put exact amounts in the show notes. And let's put a little kosher salt in there, because you know, everybody needs a little salt. All right. It's coming together beautifully. Your flour might stick a little bit. That's good. It means it's cooking. I made some fresh chicken stock, and we're going to start adding our stock in there. I have a nice video on how to make this chicken stock. And we'll start cooking this down. You're going to see it starts thickening up right away. Look at that. And at this time, we can start adding our chicken. Let's put all the chicken in. How about that? Yeah. Awesome, beautiful, incredible. My 3 favorite words when I'm cooking. We'll put a little more stock in there. And we'll let the cooking gods do their thing. In a minute, we'll go ahead and taste it for seasoning. You know what we should add right now? Let's add a little pepper. Someone asked me, what's the difference between black pepper and white pepper? Well, one of my chefs, when I was working in one of the hotels, I was a young man. I said, Chef, what's the difference between black pepper and white pepper? And he looked at me like I was a fool, and he said, white pepper adds heat, black pepper adds flavor. So you know what? We just added a little flavor. Oh yeah. Let's taste it. I see that it's cooking down beautifully. We're getting a nice sauce in there. Oh man, this is fire. Yeah. And not only fire as far as flavor, fire as far as them jalapeños burning in my tongue. Woo! Love it. All right. Once it thickens up just a little bit more, we're going to go ahead and add it to our pie. Lastly, let's add some peas. You know, we can gringotize it a little bit, because what's a chicken pie without peas? And if you put them in at the end, and then they'll stay a little bit crunchy. I like to crunch into my peas. Man, this is coming together beautifully. Look at that. Those peas will keep that beautiful color. You know what? I think we're just about ready to stuff our pie. Woo! Let's check our pie crust. Yeah, looks like it's ready to blow up, but let's take it out. Cooking process has begun, so it's going to work out pretty damn good. Let it cool down, then we'll start assembling. Let's see, our pie crust is ready. Start stuffing it. Man, we might have enough for a couple pies here. Yeah, doesn't get any better than this. Should we put another little spoonful? I would say yes, indeed. Beautiful. It's time to top this. I'm going to put a little bit of flour, just so it doesn't stick. And I got a pie crust. I got the Doughboy, you know? You can get whatever brand you want. I just happen to have gotten the Doughboy because he smiled at me when I was there. Hopefully he won't fight me too hard, this Doughboy. Nah, it's coming apart real good. All right. And we'll spread it out like this. Yeah. Beautiful. We'll get our pie in here. And we are not going to do anything fancy. We are going to go rustic. You can trim the edges if you want. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to trim a little bit. I'm going to go around. You take your scissors, kitchen scissors. Just go around like this. You wouldn't believe how easily this cuts. And then you can just make sure that it sticks to the pie pan. Like I said, nothing fancy. No one needs to get fancy here because you know what? This should be a recipe anyone can make. Let's get an egg. And my whisk. And the reason we're going to put a little egg wash on the top of this, and it's going to give it a beautiful, beautiful shine on top of this pie, just like this. Yeah. A little egg wash on there. Now, I'm no baker. I would think a baker looking at me would consider me a faker. But you know what? Let's see how it looks when it comes out of the oven. All right. It's time to put it in the oven. My oven at 400 degrees, basically just for the pie crust. So it's time to bake and wait. Oh man, look at this pie. Wow, woo, that's hot. If this isn't a masterpiece, I don't know what is. Oh, that's hot. Look at that. This is the moment of truth. Let's see if our chicken Latin pie came out. So far, so good. Yes, indeed. Wow. Yeah, that crust is absolutely phenomenal. Probably break apart a little bit here, but that's okay, you know. That's okay. Yeah, let's get this. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's the real deal there. The moment of truth has arrived. Let's taste this. Oh, yeah. spicy. It's got all the classic characteristics of a chicken pie. Flaky crust, chicken, peas. But you know what we got? We got Latino style. Fire on the horizon with those jalapeños. You need to make this. You're going to enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll know every time I come out with a new video.